Hey love, welcome to my channel. I am Jasmine St. John, and I created this space to share my journey of self-love, wellness, self-exploration, and navigating this thing called life. If you've been tuning in, I think we have an intro. You see, I'm looking down to try to get it down pat. But hi, if this is your first time joining, hello love, welcome. So today is a stretch and chat. So before we get into it, I have notes, right? If you have been following the journey, then you know, baby, I will talk a lot. And my mind will go all over the place and I'll forget what I want to talk about, I'll forget what I want to say. So I have some things here just to remind me. So if you see me looking down, that is why. But I want to first talk about what this is going to look like because we're going to get into the stretching. So a stretch and chat, this is probably our second stretch and chat. The first one was kind of like a part 2 of the introduction of who I am. So it was quite some time ago. Actually, I feel like the last time I did a stretch and chat, I was at the park studying for my exam. Therefore, I didn't take my exam yet. And I've passed my exam since then. And so that means it was before October. So tune into that. We also have an intro video where I was kind of like on a hike. And I kind of did like a voiceover. So if this is your first time tuning in, go ahead and check in to those two videos because it will give you a little bit more information about me. So we're gonna get started. Last time I was trying to like guide the stretch while chatting. Not gonna work out. This is like a vibe, right? So I want to find a way to still stretch, still integrate my chatty Cathy moments, and then sprinkle in some reflection. So I'm going to go ahead and get started with some stretching. It's not going to be guided. You can definitely mirror me, or this can just be a like chit chat while you also do some stretches. You can feel free to mirror me. There just won't be any cues. Get you something to drink. Tonight I have water, but get you some kombucha, some juice, some wine, or whatever. But today it's giving water. Okay, so go ahead, take some time, get yourself together because we're moving. We're moving here, even if it's just a little 1-2. That was probably a big gulp with this microphone. So again, let's get into a little bit of the purpose of the stretch and chat. And so, like I said, this YouTube endeavor, this YouTube journey, my intentions is to take you along with me as I engage in different forms of self-care, providing some meditations, some stretches, yoga flows, and then I wanted to also add in some reflections in there. And we have a video where I was at the park reflecting with you guys in real time. But I don't know. You guys let me know how you feel about that. I don't really feel like that's interactive. And respectfully, you can get those reflection questions on my Instagrams and I'll pop those up, my personal one and business page. Because I do a lot of reflections there, especially as it relates to our podcast. So yeah, I figured we can integrate some reflection in these stretch and chats. So I'll be giving you like a little journal prompt to reflect on, because today we're going to talk about like that transition, or one of the things we'll talk about is that transition from intellectualizing to embodying. So stay on the lookout for that. But yeah, those are the vibes. I'm thinking if we can do this maybe like once a month. Because why not? That way we can kind of have check-ins, And then we can kind of have like a topic to chat about. So, yeah. The other thing that I wanted to talk about is some of the offerings that I have, right? So I noticed my last stretch in chat did really decent with numbers, and I felt like I looked a mess. I was all over the place, but we're here. And so if these are things that, resonate, then let me know, because I think like once a month is definitely doable. So if you don't know, I am a podcaster. I think this is where it all really started, podcasting. Started podcasting in 2019. So yeah, 2019. We are going, is this year? Oh my God, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 25? 2019, 2020. I don't know. We're gonna look and pop up the correct day. But that'd be wild to think that I had to count it. I'm like, that feels like 6 years. Or going on the 6 years, because I started in November. So this November of 2025, will be 6 years. And that feels a little hard to agree with. But anywho, yes, so my endeavor started there. Still potting. I definitely invite you guys to tune in to the podcast this month. The theme was like grounding down into 2025, and so we did a emotion, mind, body, and spirit series, and complete meditations for the emotions, for your mental health, physical health, and spiritual health. And so that was the last month. And now by the time that you guys see this, it'll be February. And so February is all about Black history, Black love in general, self-love, different exchanges of love. So that's going to be like the vibes of January. So I also have a lot more meditations on there, simply because you can just listen to it. There's no ads, there's no other things that'll pop up. So there is that. And in December, we talked about life transition. So just a little update on some of the things that we've been talking about in the pod. So yeah. What else? I think I enjoy short form content. Oh, we did Vlogmas. So check out our Vlogmas. That was really like the transition into being consistent in YouTube. And that was fun. And through there, I found out like I like vlogging. And so on my channel, we also have like weekly vlogs. Try to at least do a vlog at least 3 to 4 times a month, just because it's fun. And so that's kind of where we are right now, trying to figure out like how to have fun with this, because when I first started, I am not a social media-y type of person. But I'm definitely my relationship with it has definitely evolved. My perspective on it has definitely evolved. And I hope that it continues to evolve. Ooh, my leg had a lot of tension. And so yeah, I think that is all the updates for like content. Yeah. I also like to start each of my podcast episodes and these YouTube videos with asking, how are you doing? So maybe in this moment, I invite you to ask yourself, like, how are you doing in this moment? What is coming up for you? How are you feeling? And really just take a moment to check in with yourself. I really love to invite myself, those around me, my listeners, to go beyond the I'm good, I'm okay, I'm chilling type of response, but really take time in checking in with yourself and asking yourself, how am I genuinely doing in this moment? So yeah. So like I said, today I wanted to talk about like the slow process from intellectualizing to embodying. And I want to kind of paint the picture. So in real time, this is going to be like the day before this is actually posted. So today's the last day of January. Happy January. Ooh. January has been a time. But we ain't gonna get into all the things. But January has definitely been a time. So I hope that you are taking care of yourself. We are still in winter, so I invite you to continue to restore your body. We're in winter until about mid-March. So continue to take care of yourself. Continue to restore your mind, your body, and your spirit. And don't let anyone force you or lead you to feel like you got to be moving quickly. You got to do this, you got to do that. I know it's the new year, new me vibe, and if it resonates, you feel called to, go ahead. But do so in a space, in a pace, and in a space that really resonates with you, that is sustainable for you, right? They talk all the time about how people have these New Year resolutions, and by the 2nd to 3rd week of January, gone. We've talked about this a little bit on the vlog. Energetically, that like rebirth type of vibe is really in spring anyways, so that March energy. Whereas right now, if you find yourself aligning with the seasons, the animals are hibernating, right? Everybody is restoring right now. It's cold. The weather is all over the place. So just something to consider. But anywho, painting the picture for the topic of this conversation, this morning, I woke up a little bit later than I intended to, even though my day started earlier than it normally does. So I'm a mental health therapist, and I am self-employed. So I work at a group private practice, and I also do contracting work with another agency. And so because I essentially don't have like a structured time, I try not to, now in this season, right, before first come first serve, anything I can get. In this season, I try not to start my sessions until 11, 12 o'clock, 10 o'clock, the earliest. However, today I had a bunch of different meetings at a school, and my schedule was just a little bit different than it normally is. And so my first session today was at like 8 something. And I got up like 15 to 30 minutes after my alarm, and I'm going somewhere. We're getting somewhere. About 15 to 30 minutes after my alarm. And I woke up feeling a little overwhelmed, especially because I ate a little bit later the night before, so I woke up feeling heavy. I woke up trying not to feel bad that I slept in and that I didn't get up earlier, knowing that I needed to like do my hair, knowing that I wasn't going to really be able to make it to the gym. And so that essentially meant that I would try to like maybe go for like a walk around the block just so that I can still get some movement in, right? And so with that being said, I felt very frantic and all over the place while almost beating myself up for the time that I woke up. So I'm like talking to Source, and I'm just like, bro, I have a very heavy weekend, like trying to find a balance between, I don't even say holding myself accountable, because I don't feel like I was holding myself accountable. It felt like I was just damn near trying to beat myself up. And then I felt like, oh my gosh, I'm falling off, all these things, right? Needless to say, by the time I finally figured out how I'm going to start my morning, by that time, I was able to process my emotions, really work through all the constant rumination and overwhelm that was going on in my mind. And one of the other things that I was stressed about is like, I'm supposed to be posting a video on YouTube on Friday today. Nothing's being posted. You'll see this on Saturday. But I didn't know what I was going to post. I had a very heavy day, and so I didn't know when I was going to record and post, right? Like as of right now, it's 9:08 p.m. And so it just wasn't making sense. I didn't know how it was going to be working out, right? And so, hold on, because I don't think I want to talk while doing this. So, 1 second. Okay, I'm underestimating myself. I can talk. And so that was a huge part of it, right? So one, didn't do my content for YouTube, much less edit it. Felt like I should have woke up early, so I had a lot of guilt towards that. Felt overwhelmed because I wasn't being where my feet were at the moment. I was thinking about all the things for the weekend. Chaotic, right? And so I'm just like, you know what? Right now, whether you record this figure out a YouTube video this morning before you start or not, let's ground down. Because one thing that you do know for sure is you have all these sessions, all these clients, all these meetings today. And I am really devoted to pouring into myself before I go out into the world. And so that's one thing that I knew that I was going to do. So as I'm doing that, I heard Spirit saying, like, you wanted to do a stretch and chat, you haven't done it. And at first, before that, I'm like, okay, maybe I just don't post anything today. Maybe I'll just post my vlog on Sunday and call it a day. But then, of course, that mind is like, well, girl, are you a vlog channel? Are you posting these vlogs? Is you a vlog channel? And I'm like, well, maybe. Girl, a whole thing. So again, at that point, then I'm just like, let's just slow down, right? And so as soon as I made that decision, I vividly heard my spiritual team say, look, you don't have to post today. No one is going to kill you. You've been wanting to do a stretch and chat. This is an opportunity. Maybe you record it tonight and you post it on Saturday. Respectfully, right now, we don't have that many subscribers yet. And so you are in a space of consistency, devoting yourself, getting your feet wet. Allow yourself to do so. And so I'm like, all right, bet. A stretch and chat it is. And so I'm like, dang, what am I going to talk about? And in that moment, I'm like, bro, I'm proud of myself for not avoiding grounding down, because there's versions of myself that would have been like, all right, whatever, forget it. I'm going to just lay back down so that way I'm ready for today. I'm not doing anything. Let's call it a day. Also, because in my morning routine, I like to journal, meditate, and stretch. And then I end up working out. But that is like the first 3 things I do, in addition to like gratitude, brushing your teeth, all the things. And so I'm like, oh, I'm not going to have enough time to walk, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, what if you stretch and chat today? So you get to stretch for the day, although you haven't stretched. And you meditate, you journal, and you still go on a walk. And that's what I did. And I know it's probably like, girl, what does this have to do with anything, right? First, let's start off with some definitions. So, intellectualizing is being in your mind, understanding it, breaking it down, engaging in that left side of the brain activity, that logic side of the brain, right? Embodying is putting it into practice, is allowing it to flow through the body and not just stay into your mind. And that is giving more right side brain. It's intuitive, it's emotionally processing, it's feeling, it's creativity, it's expression, right? You follow me? All right. And so another way to look at this in therapy, in psychology, there are 2 ways that is said how we process information. Top down is from intellectualizing. We're understanding it first emotionally, and then maybe we have some type of somatic response. Bottom up is being able to feel, not really have language just yet, but you feel something. There's something there. There's a pull. right? And so many people are top-down processors. That's how they process information. Oh, I'm gonna pop my back. Hold on. Oh, am I? I want to. Okay, hold on. Oh. Oh. Okay, hold on, because I popped my neck, but not my back. Again, if you don't know, if you're new here, please, please, please make sure you're breathing as much as you can. Deep inhales, deep exhales. Okay, although I feel it, it is not coming out, that pop. But yeah. So, one sec. Yeah. And so, what was I talking about? Understanding how we process information, right? And so many people, again, are top-down processors, right? A lot of us live in our mind, we live in our brain, and not many of us are bottom up in most situations. And so I find that people who practice mindfulness, work towards consciousness, allow themselves to flow in between both, right? Because there are instances where intellectualizing information and then seeing what that looks like is important. And then there are moments where sometimes we don't have the language, but we can feel, right? And those are people who are typically empaths, who are deemed sensitive, and all the things. And so what I gained from this morning is that I was able to embody the practice of letting spirit speak through you, getting out of the mind, getting in the body, and really connecting to what I already knew. I've been saying I haven't done a stretch and chat in a while. I've been intending to do a stretch and chat for quite some time. The answer was always to do a stretch and chat. Regardless, there is no contract, no obligation yet to post this, right? Not saying that whatever I can keep, waiting last minute or whatever, but I have wiggle room. And I continue to choose to allow it to happen, to allow myself to use it. And so, yeah. Then we often continue to ask God, ask Source, whatever name resonates, to speak to us. We want to hear our intuition. We want to do all these things. But how often are we allowing ourselves to quiet our mind enough? How often are we allowing ourselves to practice feeling something, feeling a pull, having a moment of intuitive pulling? Ooh, sorry, iPad. And acting on that. So, to some, maybe it's just like, girl, it wasn't that big of a deal. But it was for me. It was. I'm proud of myself. Oh, that pop, that release. What? Jesus. Whew. Again, if you're new here, I hold a lot of tension in my hips, in my back, and often I have a desire. I feel that my lower back needs to be popped. And when I was trying to do so, it wasn't getting it. But what I thought I was just stretching my shoulder, baby, that back popped. What? The freedom? Anywho, yeah. So I'm grateful. And a question that I want to leave you guys with is, what is something you can be in practice of that is supportive to your overall well-being? What is a concept or a practice that we can not just intellectualize, but be in practice of, right? And so, again, it is important to intellectualize because we need to understand, right? I can't say I'm going to embody consciousness and I have no idea what that is. I can't say I'm going to embody, being able to listen to my soul and my intuition and like I don't understand what that means or how to do so. So I'm not saying bottom down processing or intellectualizing is a bad thing, right? Everything is balance, everything is duality, everything is didactical. Like there's things that can exist, many things can exist at the same time. There's no just white and black, there's the gray, right? And so, yeah, what is something that you've been working through in therapy with your friends, through journaling, that you can allow yourself to be in practice of? Maybe that is expressing yourself more. Yeah, you have the tools now, you role played it in therapy, you thought it out, but what if there's a moment where you have a little bit of reservation to express yourself and you notice it and it's safe to do so, and you're like, I'm gonna just do it despite the outcome. I want to get this rep in and do it, right? Maybe you are I don't know, working on setting boundaries. Or maybe there is a concept from a book that you resonate deeply with and you wanted to put into practice. Maybe you're working on your mindfulness or mindful eating, or prioritizing how you care for yourself. How can you put that into practice in a way that is not guilty, that's not condemning, but that serves an opportunity for you to get those reps in, for you to put in the work, for you to kind of initiate yourself in, for you to kind of like get right, get your reps in it, and continue to work towards mastery. So yeah, that's what I wanted to chat with you guys about. Let me know if you enjoy this. Let me know what points can be taken out. I'm me, so I'm not gonna say I'm gonna take it out, but if it resonates and it's not changing who I am, definitely open to. These are fun, very, very fun, and I'm proud of myself because now I can check off the fact that I stretched today. So wherever you are, getting into a position that resonates with you. Inhaling, arms up. Exhaling, heart center. Inhaling, give yourself a big hug. Exhaling, releasing. Sending gratitude to your mind, your body, your spirit for showing up for yourself in this moment, for connecting with your body if you allowed yourself to stretch, for chilling out and just hearing me yap, for giving yourself a moment of like self-care and not having to do what's on your to-do list. Or maybe this was some white noise and you did what you needed to do um, while being productive. So, anywho, love you guys real bad. Thank you so much for tuning in if you made it this far. Shop Reborn. Another thing about this weekend is we have some content to create because Bay is about to drop. So, you know, one of my Herbalife mentors always say, and it's definitely, spiritual, to whom much is given, much is required. And so, in a season of learning how to be super grateful for the different ways I want to show up for myself, for the different offerings I want to provide, while taking care of myself and also being okay with we're in the foundation season right now. And so that may require a little bit more of you. And I'm grateful that I even have that space. So, love you guys. Namaste.